Expectations have grown with them. Yet, through all these changes, one thing remains constant: the importance of trust, reliability, and resilience. And today evening, we celebrate not just an institution, but the people behind its journey, the leaders who provided vision and direction, the teams who turned that vision into action, and the partners and stakeholders whose trust has been an integral part of NSE Clearing's story. This evening is about looking back with pride, celebrating the present with gratitude, and looking ahead with confidence. Because while 30 years is a remarkable milestone, it is also the beginning of the next chapter. So, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin our today's celebration with a warm round of applause for 30 years of trust, transformation, and excellence. Once again, a very warm welcome to the NSE Clearing 30 years celebration, ladies and gentlemen. And moving forward, as we begin this special celebration, may I request everyone to kindly rise up for Vande Mataram, followed by National Anthem and Maharashtra Geet. And may we also request everyone to kindly remain silent to showing respect towards our nation. Thank you.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
जबाब देती जिभा सह्याद्रीचा सिंह गर्जतो शिवशंभू राजा
दरी दरीतून नाद गुंजला महाराष्ट्र माझा
जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गर्जा महाराष्ट्र माझा
काळ्या छातीवरी कोरली अभिमानाची लेणी
ओलादी मनगटे खेळती खेळ जीव घेणी
दारिद्र्याच्या उन्हात शिजला निढळाच्या घामाने भिजला देश गौरवासाठी झिजला दिल्लीचेही रक्तराखी महाराष्ट्र माझा जय महाराष्ट्र माझा गरजा महाराष्ट्र माझा जय जय महाराष्ट्र माझा
Vande! Can we have some more energy? Vande! Thank you everyone. Please take your seats. And as we celebrate this remarkable journey, let us begin the evening by lighting the ceremonial lamp. The lighting of the lamp is a timeless symbol of knowledge, enlightenment, hope, and new beginnings. And as we celebrate 30 years of NSE Clearing, this moment is particularly meaningful. Every great journey begins with a vision, and every vision is brought to life by people who believe in it. It is now my honor to invite our distinguished dignitaries to join us on stage for the ceremonial lamp lighting. Request the following dignitaries to kindly join us on stage. Please put your hands together and welcome Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey, Chairman SEBI. Also, please welcome Shri Amarjeet Singh, whole-time member SEBI. Please welcome Shri Kamlesh Chandra Varshne, whole-time member SEBI. Also welcome Shri KVR Murthy, whole-time member SEBI. Also welcome Shri Abhaya Hota, Chairman NSE Clearing Limited. Also welcome Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO NSE India Limited, along with Shri Harun Rashid Khan, former Chairman NSE Clearing Limited. And also welcome Shri Vikram Kothari, MD and CEO NSE Clearing Limited. So ladies and gentlemen, may I request you to put your hands together as our distinguished dignitaries light the ceremonial lamp and mark the beginning of this very special evening. request all the dignitaries to kindly come closer for a group picture. And once again, can we give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen, for that auspicious beginning. May I request the following dignitaries to stay back and take their seats on the stage. Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey, Chairman SEBI. Shri Abhaya Hota, Chairman NSE Clearing Limited. Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO NSE India Limited. We request you to kindly stay back on stage. Shri Vikram Kothari, MD and CEO NSE Clearing Limited. And the remaining dignitaries to kindly take their seats in the front row. Our ushers will help you and guide you to your seats. Can we once again give them a big hand, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, before we move forward, I'd like to take a moment to thank all our dignitaries for lending their hand to begin the event on an auspicious note. May this light continue to guide NSE Clearing towards newer horizons of trust, innovation, resilience, and excellence. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the first address of the evening to formally welcome us and share his thoughts on this significant milestone. It is my pleasure to invite Shri Vikram Kothari, MD and CEO NSE Clearing Limited, to deliver the welcome address. Let's welcome him on the dais with a warm round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, sir.
Honorable Chairman SEBI, Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey, Chairman NSE Clearing, Shri Abhay Hota, MD and CEO NSE, Shri Ashish Chauhan, respected whole-time members, respected whole-time member SEBI, Amarjit sir, the board members of NSE Clearing, my colleagues from SEBI who are there today, the MIIs, banks and members of NCL. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I extend my warm welcome to all of you, and it is my great privilege to welcome all of you to this very special occasion, the celebration of 30 years of NSE Clearing. Your presence here today makes this milestone particularly meaningful. 30 years is a long journey for any institution, but when we look back at the journey of NSE Clearing, what stands out is not simply the passage of time. It is the transformation of the Indian capital market that has taken place alongside it. When NSE Clearing began its operations in 1996, India's securities market was at the cusp of a fundamental transformation. The introduction of a modern clearing corporation, backed by a settlement guarantee and robust risk management, was a major institutional innovation for the Indian market. The underlying philosophy was simple. Every trade must ultimately result in timely settlement that the market can trust. And that principle has remained at the heart of NSE Clearing for 3 decades now. Over these 30 years, the Indian capital market has grown enormously. Millions of new investors have entered the market. Trading volumes have multiplied. Products and asset classes have expanded. Settlement cycles have become shorter. Technology has moved from being an enabler to becoming the very backbone of the market. Through this transformation, the role of clearing also has evolved. A clearing corporation is often described as the institution which works behind the scenes. But I believe it is much more than that. We are the institution that stands between the trade and its final settlement, managing counterparty risk, managing collateral, managing defaults and shortages, and ultimately protecting confidence in the market. Confidence is something that is built slowly but can be tested in a moment. That is why the real measure of a clearing corporation is not only how much it clears on a normal day, it is also how reliably it performs when the market is under stress. We have a lot of market participants who've been here for the last 30 years, and believe me, all of us have seen many such stresses which the markets have been able to wither in India. Over the years, NSE Clearing has sought to build that resilience through strong risk management, robust settlement mechanisms, technology, and continuous innovation. Today, the scale is extraordinary. NSE Clearing processes an average of 100 to 120 million, that is 10 to 12 crores of transactions every day, with the capacity to handle significantly higher peaks. Sir, NSE Clearing has handled in excess of 300 million transactions on a single day as well in 2024 without any stress on our systems. But behind every number is something much more important, that is trust. Trust of the investor that the trade will settle, trust of the broker or the counterparty that the counterparty obligations will be managed, trust of the banks and the financial institutions that its exposure is appropriately contained, and trust of the regulator that the market infrastructure is resilient and capable of managing risk. This trust is not the achievement of NSE Clearing alone. It is the result of a partnership between the regulator, the exchanges, banks, brokers, custodians, clearing members, technology providers, and most importantly, the team at NCL who operates this ecosystem every day. While the first and the second decade was about putting in place efficient systems and introducing newer product lines to enhance the investment opportunities and bouquet of services, this decade has been one of consolidating India's position in the global space without losing sight of the three pillars, that is trust, resilience, and reliability. While being India's first clearing corporation to provide settlement guarantee, NSE Clearing, or rather the Indian securities market, under the guidance of SEBI and at times push as well, has achieved many global firsts. From introducing interoperability across segments to T+1 settlements to having end investor collateral visibility going beyond even the global omnibus structure to having a core SGF with complete skin in the game of the CCs and the exchanges. NSE Clearing has been an important part of India's journey towards a more efficient and global competitive market infrastructure. Sir, we are proud to inform you that through this journey, NCL is today the Vice Chair of the Global CCP Association as well as the Co-Chair of the World Federation of Exchanges CCP Group. I would therefore like to use this occasion to acknowledge and thank all our stakeholders and primarily SEBI for the confidence and partnership they have extended to NSE Clearing over these 3 decades. As we look towards the next 30 years, the landscape undoubtedly will change again. Artificial intelligence, tokenization, new forms of settlements, ever-evolving real-time risk management, increasing internationalization of India's financial markets, and new asset classes will fundamentally shape the post-trade environment. Our challenge will be to embrace innovation while never compromising on the fundamentals of risk, resilience, and governance and trust. Honorable Chairman, sir, India in its journey to be a developed economy also aspires to be, and rightly so, one of the world's leading financial centers. For that ambition to become reality, our financial market infrastructure must be among the best in the world, not only in terms of scale and technology, but also in resilience, governance, and integrity. I believe NSE Clearing has both the responsibility and the opportunity to contribute significantly to that journey. So today, as we celebrate 30 years, let us celebrate more than an institution. Let us celebrate 30 years of confidence, 30 years of resilience, 30 years of innovation, and above all, 30 years of trust. And let us look forward to the next chapter with the same spirit with which this journey began, to build market infrastructure that India can trust and the world can benchmark. With that, I once again welcome all of you and thank you for being part of this very special milestone in the journey of NSE Clearing. Thank you very much.
Sir, may I request you to take your seat on the stage, please? And thank you so much, sir, for those insightful words and for setting the tone for this very special celebration. Well, a milestone like 30 years gives us an opportunity to look back with pride, recognize what has been built, and look ahead with confidence. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, can we have a big round of applause for Shri Vikram Kothari and for 30 years milestone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 30 years of NSE Clearing is a story of people, progress, technology, transformation, and resilience. And while we can speak about this remarkable journey, there is no better way to experience it than by seeing it come alive. We now invite you to take a journey through the milestones, achievements, and defining moments that have shaped NSE Clearing over the last 3 decades. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention towards the screen. Can we have the AV, please?
India stands today as one of the world's fastest growing major economies, driving cutting-edge innovation across industries and markets, attracting global capital with its policy reforms. At the heart of this transformation is India's digital-first revolution and securities market evolution. The story of India's financial transformation is also the story of NSE Clearing, the trusted backbone of India's capital market infrastructure, an institution that has quietly made this extraordinary journey possible by creating confidence, managing risk, and ensuring stability.
As we celebrate 30 years of NSE Clearing, we celebrate far more than an institution. We celebrate the trust that has underpinned India's capital markets for 3 decades. Much of what we do is invisible to the market, yet it is this invisible trust and unwavering commitment to certainty that enables every successful trade, safeguards investors, and strengthens confidence in our financial system. This journey has been made possible by the dedication of our people, whose commitment to excellence has built one of the world's most resilient clearing institutions.
A school teacher in Coimbatore who made her first SIP investment, a retired government officer in Lucknow who bought his first stock, and a young engineer in Pune checking his portfolio. The engine of NSE Clearing remains the invisible force, powering seamless settlements and enabling millions to trade with confidence. NSE Clearing stands as the central counterparty, driving confidence among investors, institutions, brokers, and banks. Securing billions in trades every single day, it neutralizes counterparty risk, ensuring that every transaction is backed by trust and settled with certainty. Let us take you back to the very beginning of our journey. 30 years ago, when the clearing system was fragile, it was the physical settlement era, a time when every transaction carried a question. Will the buyer pay? Will the seller deliver? Will trust survive the transaction? It was this very uncertainty that demanded a fundamental transformation. That defining conviction was the genesis of the National Securities Clearing Corporation Limited. Incorporated in 1995 and operational since 1996, as India's first clearing corporation, professionally managed with a purpose that was not merely to clear trades, but to become the invisible foundation beneath every visible transaction. As India's markets gathered momentum, the market needed a trusted institution that could interpose between every buyer and seller, ensuring that every promise made in the market would be honored without exception. From that defining conviction emerged settlement certainty.
As NSE embarked on its transformative journey in early 90s, it needed more than operational support. It needed an institution as a partner that could stand behind every transaction with unwavering certainty. Because the true objective was never just clearing trades. It was creating an ecosystem founded on confidence, strengthened by stability, and driven by an enduring belief in the future. In the early years, every challenge demanded innovation. When there was no answer to failed deliveries, NSE Clearing initiated the auction market mechanism, which was created over a single weekend. When forged certificates threatened the market, rigorous verification systems protected its integrity and in parallel helped create the first depository in India. For 30 years, through technological revolution and the rise of an entirely new generation of investors, NSE Clearing has remained constant, silent, reliable, steadfast, and trustworthy.
It was a privilege to serve as the chairman of the NSE Clearing during a period of significant market reforms and transformation. Measures such as interoperability among the clearing corporations, the place-replace framework, collateral segregation, and stronger investor protection enhance the safety, efficiency, and resilience of our market infrastructure. Much of this work happened behind the scenes, yet these initiatives gave investors and the market participants the confidence to transact every day. As NSE Clearing celebrates 30 years, I must congratulate the entire team for building a globally recognized institution that continues to strengthen India's capital markets and contribute to the nation's economic growth.
Every secure transaction is NSE Clearing's technology platform, strengthened by a comprehensive four-step security mechanism.
This year marks a proud milestone, 30 years of unwavering service to India's capital markets. What began as an institution built on trust has evolved into a technology powerhouse, processing tens of crores of trades every day through world-class clearing, settlement and risk management systems. From transforming manual clearing into a digitally driven ecosystem to pioneering faster settlement cycles and seamlessly handling unprecedented market volumes, innovation has always been at the heart of our journey. As we celebrate this landmark anniversary, we renew our commitment to harnessing emerging technologies to build an even more secure, resilient and efficient capital market ecosystem for India's future.
NSE Clearing pioneered the move from physical certificates to dematerialized securities, accelerated settlement cycles to T+5, then T+2, then T+1, with optional T+0 becoming a reality. NSE Clearing introduced India's first settlement guarantee fund, became the first Indian central counterparty to receive a CRISIL AAA stable rating, adopted some of the world's stringent stress testing standards, following the Cover 3 framework.
30 years is more than a milestone. It embodies 3 decades of trust, resilience, and continuous innovation. Since inception, NSE Clearing has remained unwavering in its mission of making India's financial markets safe, resilient, and efficient, silently standing behind every trade with trust and certainty. Looking back over my years with NSE, I take immense pride in how far we have come. From pioneering faster settlement cycles to strengthening investor protection through world-class risk management, we have consistently evolved with the markets while staying ahead through innovation. As we celebrate this remarkable journey, we also reaffirm our commitment to supporting India's growth story. The future holds immense possibilities, and we look forward to serving the markets with the same dedication, integrity, and excellence for many more years.
Every transaction goes through layers of dynamic margining, collateral validation, and real-time risk monitoring, the very foundation of invisible trust. Sophisticated collateral and default management systems are designed not just to respond to disruption, but to contain it before it threatens market stability. Because confidence in markets is never built after a crisis, it was built long before. With real-time risk computation at the client level and direct payout of securities to client accounts, investor protection remains at the heart of every transaction. And perhaps that is exactly how trust is meant to work. Present in every moment, visible in none.
NSE Clearing has won numerous awards and accolades for its relentless pursuit of excellence.
Today, NSE Clearing processes an average of 110 million trades every day and holds close to $97 billion in collateral. Leading globally on many parameters, we have pioneered risk management solutions and are engineered for speed and scale, safeguarding market integrity and earning prestigious recognition along the way. As we reflect on this remarkable journey, we do so with gratitude for everyone who has contributed to NSE Clearing's success over the last 30 years. While we take pride in our legacy, our focus remains firmly on the future. We will continue to innovate, strengthen risk management, protect investors, and uphold the highest standards of integrity. As the invisible trust and engine of certainty behind India's capital markets, we remain committed to enabling a safe, resilient, and globally trusted market ecosystem for generations to come.
Our mission has never been merely to clear trades. It has been to build the invisible trust, driven by the engine of certainty. NSE Clearing Limited, celebrating 30 years of certainty and trust.
What a journey, ladies and gentlemen. 30 years of transformation, progress, and unwavering commitment to the market ecosystem. And behind every milestone is a vision, a team, and a belief in continuously doing better. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, let's put our hands together and for this remarkable journey of NSE Clearing. We now invite another distinguished voice from the leadership of NSE Clearing. May I have the honor of inviting Shri Abhaya Hota, Chairman NSE Clearing Limited, to address the gathering and share insights on this important occasion. Once again, let's welcome him on dais with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Respected SEBI Chairman, Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey, respected NSE MD and CEO, Shri Ashish Chauhan, our SEBI whole-time member, Amarjit Singh Sir, former Chairman of NCL, Mr. Khan is also present, Mr. Kothari, distinguished senior officials, other senior officials from SEBI present here, distinguished MD, CEOs and officials from other MIIs present, clearing members, banks, custodian, my board colleagues in NCL, team NCL, ladies and gentlemen. The key theme of the welcome address of Bikramji and the video was this evening is about celebrating trust, resilience, integrity. And 30 years of NCL is about this trust and resilience in the capital market. I'm telling another secret before I speak something. In fact, NCL being an MII doing the background job of clearing and settlement and risk mitigation, we are publicity shy. We did not want press to be there today. I'm sharing the secret. SEBI Chairman today informed, why are you so shy? This is a great event for the capital market. You invite the press. Let them know about it. Thank you very much, sir. This is a celebration for the market. So 30 years of NCL completing 30 years is also something great that was done 30 years back, how the journey has taken place. The video says something. And, MIIs by nature, they're special. They are created, they are born with a purpose, a mandate. And they don't go through the 7 ages of man, infancy, childhood, adolescence, adult. They are born adult. They are born, and the adult person would have to say, at your command, what to do. 1996, and that is the time NSE has been created, electronic trading, so much reforms in the mind. And in the 90s, the age where people are talking about clearing settlement, risk mitigation, trust, resilience in the market. And NCL is born. And in 2007, another clearing corporation in the capital market, in the securities market came up. So this is about this 30 years completion is the 30 years completion of entire the securities market fraternity. And that is what we are celebrating. So we were that time when we were born or we were created, SEBI and our parent NSE had something cut out for us, bringing confidence in settlement of securities by providing robust risk management and settlement guarantee and that would be the primary task. And also to shorten the settlement cycle. So we have heard about the rolling settlement, 5 days rolling settlement of 2001 and 2, T+3 of 2003, T+2 settlement, and then we came to T+1 settlement. So shortening of clearing and settlement cycle has come along with the robustness of a host of reforms that have taken place over 3 decades of time. And as of today, we are really take with immense pride, and Bikramji talked about it. Some of the main things: T+1 settlement, obviously, interoperability of settlement, the market-aligned risk mitigation through the core SGF, direct client settlement, which is also unique in the world, direct payout of securities to the clients, client protection measures like pledge, repledge, collateral segregation. And in our modernization program today, we are doing a host of things. We are creating flexibility when we are creating the ability, like if we are asked tomorrow at some point of time by the regulator that should we not think of extending the trading hours and clearing hours, multiple sessions, and host of other things. So in our modernization drive is on. So our journey of for 30 years is continuously working what the market want, how the market would be more resilient. With the CS SRF cyber security framework coming into place, now we are making it further risk-free, not from really resilient, not from the settlement angle, not from the operations angle in availability through technology, but the attack of cyber security. We are also getting ready to make meaningful use of AI with all the risk control in place. In certain areas, we have put in place the AI usage as well. For us, the first line of, but in all our activities, the first line of defense is our own clearing members and custodians. Our strength and efficiency depend significantly on the ability of the clearing members to manage risks at their own level. A particularly important responsibility is timely collection and segregation of margins. This reduces the possibility that a client default becomes a financial burden for the member and ultimately a risk to the CC. So clearing members' governance, technology, margin discipline, and operational preparedness directly contribute to the resilience of the entire ecosystem. Sir, we are working with the clearing members to see that all these issues are addressed along with us, and whatever services the members would like to have, we are trying to provide. Therefore, at clearing, NSE Clearing, clearing members are not merely intermediaries for clearing and settlement. So, dear clearing members, thank you very much for working so closely with us. We as CCP stand by you. The response to our newly launched member interface solution en masse has been very encouraging. Many of you would be very happy to learn that 15 of our 45 members who have subscribed in phase 1 have migrated. Sir, you would 100% appification. Through the API, 15 members are there. Our target becomes, you were sharing today in the board, our target is to really see and encourage and show the other members from the members as to how they can also automate their process so well. So we are with you. We would like to see that you are in a position to handle very large volume and also mitigate risk very well at your end, so that our risks are also mitigated along with the measures taken by at our end. So thank you very much. To settle massive volumes of securities on timely and a daily basis, we depend critically on the infrastructure provided by our two depositories, NSDL and CDSL. If we look back at the earlier system of physical settlement, securities could be lost, forged, damaged, or delivered with defects. The depository system changed the landscape completely. It is difficult to visualize how difficult this task was during the manual days. Today, millions of securities can move electronically for settlement, collateral with speed and efficiency. Thank you for your excellent support. The latest reform of direct payout of securities by clearing corporation has been a great success, and their support was very, very critical in this regard. Excellent collaboration between clearing corporations and the depositories has made this journey smooth. Thank you very much. Our banker friends, I would like to thank all our bankers who help settle funds around 10,000 crores daily from morning 7 a.m. Our clearing banks ensure funds are settled within the stipulated time without any delays. Banks also play a critical role by providing clearing members with financial instruments that can be used as collateral, particularly fixed deposits and bank guarantee. The role of banks extends well beyond providing ordinary banking services. They provide financial capacity and liquidity support to market infrastructure, and ultimately, this contributes to the stability and resilience of the entire capital market. You know, now most of the bank guarantees and the bank deposits are now in the dematerialized form. No physical fixed deposits, or very little, very few. I was informed by almost 85 to 90% or gone beyond that. Thanks to the excellent support provided by the banks to provide these things, so that we do in an automated and fully resilient process. Thank you very much. So while CC may be the center of the risk management framework, clearing members, custodian, banks, and depositories are indispensable partners in converting that assurance into actual settlement. I would like to emphasize that the development of India's financial markets has been the work of all the institutions present here. Each one of us play a different role, but together we create a financial market that is efficient and trusted by millions of investors. Financial markets are continuously evolving with new technologies, new products, digital platforms, fintech, and emerging technologies such as blockchain. We should continue to adopt it, but ensure market integrity and financial stability. Ensuring market stability remains at the core. We should learn from the past lessons and prepare ourselves for the opportunities that hold before us. I once again thank you for being integral part of our 30 years journey, and this celebration is truly the celebration of the entire market. Thank you all for honoring our invitation and being here. Let us enjoy the evening. Thank you very much. And I would like to also inform Chairman Sir that, you know, many employees in NCL today are the people who were working in NSE, or they joined NCL right from day one. Many are over there, and special greetings to them, those who are over there. And Rana Usman is one of them over here, who spoke on the video also, and she's here. She's our executive director. And quite a few, I suppose you will get to know all of them who are over here. Special greetings to them. Thank you very much. Thanks.
So may we request you to take your seat on the stage, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let's once again give a big round of applause to Shri Abhaya Hota. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing those valuable insights with us. And moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, we now invite Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO, NSE India Limited, to address the gathering and share his perspective on this special occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please put your hands together for Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Welcome, sir.
Respected Chairman SEBI, Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey ji, Shri Abhaya Hota, Chairman NSE Clearing, Shri Amarjit Singh, whole-time member SEBI, Shri HR Khan, former Chairman NSE Clearing, Shri Vikram Kothari, MD and CEO NSE Clearing, board members of NCL, CEOs and other senior officials from MIIs, senior officials from SEBI, CEOs and senior members of clearing members coming from across the country, custodians, bankers, representatives and presidents of NME, CPI, my NSE senior colleagues, government officials, and people from the markets in general. Let me tell you how the NCL came about. When NSE started, we used to talk a lot of theories because we were from that theoretical background. We were bankers. And some of the members, clearing members, like Ashok ji, used to run the Delhi Stock Exchange. And Ketan Bhai has been a witness from day one. So in 1994, November 3, NSE started equities. And somewhere in March 95, there was an earthquake in other exchanges in India called MS Shoes. Many exchanges had to close down for several days due to a default by a member. And that time, we used to talk only DVP, delivery versus payment, novation, and many other things. And that time, we decided as NSE that we used to run 4 clearing houses in 4 different cities in India, that someday we'll have to have a clearing house which does novation, and it will be a separate entity from the exchange. I think Viraj Kulkarni ji that time was in BSE, and he has seen this from close quarters. And that is how, in August 1995, NCL was formed, but it started operations in 96. And that's how we are celebrating 30 years of NCL as operational from 1996 onwards. So I just wanted to just take you through the framework. Why something gets set up is because something made it very urgent, and that was MS Shoes. Of course, I can see my friend Manoj Indulkar from TCS. As much as Rana Usman has been a constant presence for us in NCL, Manoj has been part of the NCL and NSE from TCS side for all these 32 years. So thank you, Manoj and TCS team, for always being there for us. And so we wanted to create that invisible trust. And that's why this evening is named for the invisible trust. It's the Intel inside of India's capital markets. And that is NCL for you. So thank you very much, NCL team, for always being there. The best of times on floor, Indian exchanges could do 10,000 trades a day. And it will take literally 70 to 80 days to settle those trades. Today, on a good day, Indian markets, especially NSE, does 30 crore trades a day, from 10,000 trades to 30 crore trades. And doing settlements instead of 70, 80 days in T+1, and they have proved beyond doubt that they can do T+0 also. So thank you, NCL team, for being there always. You are the invisible force behind NSE and also Indian stock markets. And that is where, for me, the scale, size, And the speed that India could achieve was because of the structure of novation, of creating a separate settlement guarantee fund. And all that activity has been pioneering not only for India but across the world. And that also tells you how valuable NCL is not only for India but across the world. And today they are recognized across the world for their speed by doing T+1 ahead of the rest of the world almost by 1 year. And none of this happens on its own. A lot of enabling regulations, as much as it allowed us to set up a depository due to solution which we had to find for fake certificates, the entire enablement of clearing corporation, from setting up to even creating regulations, was done by SEBI. Shri Vora, Shri Amarjit Singh, all of them were at that time, so we are thankful to all of you. Now, of course, Nehal has gone to other job, but we are really grateful to SEBI for bringing us to this date. We are really proud to have NCL as our subsidiary, but more importantly, as our partner for last 30 years. Without NCL, NSE would not have been what it is today. So thank you very much, NCL.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts and perspectives with us. And once again, let's give him a big hand, ladies and gentlemen. We now have the privilege of hearing from an eminent leader and our chief guest, Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey, Chairman SEBI, who plays a pivotal role in shaping India's securities market ecosystem. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey with a warm round of applause. A very warm welcome to you, sir.
Distinguished guests, board members of NSE Clearing, NSE, SEBI colleagues, market veterans, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. It's a pleasure to be here on the occasion that marks 30 years of NSE Clearing Limited. I congratulate NSE Clearing, its board and management, its employees, clearing members, and everyone who has contributed to this journey. 30 years is a long time in financial markets. In these 3 decades, the Indian securities market has changed beyond recognition. We have moved from a relatively small, largely manual market to one that is large, electronic, highly connected, and increasingly global. Yet there is one thing that has remained constant. Every trade creates a promise. A buyer promises to pay. A seller promises to deliver. The market works only when those promises can be trusted. That's where the clearing corporation quietly performs one of the most important functions in the market. It stands between the trade and its final settlement. Through novation, netting, margining, and risk management, it transforms individual promises into obligations that can be settled with certainty. 30 years of clearing and settlement operations is therefore not simply a story about an institution. It's part of the story of how India built trust into its securities market. Let's briefly go back to where we started. 30 years ago, trading and settlement were largely broker-driven, processes were predominantly manual and paper-based. Physical share certificates were common. Settlement cycles were much longer and historically could extend to T+14. The longer a trade remained unsettled, the longer the market remained exposed to counterparty and settlement risk. There were also operational risks, delays, forged or duplicate certificates, loss of certificates, and substantial paperwork. To address these challenges, we built a new post-trade architecture. We introduced risk-based margining system. We introduced rolling settlement. We introduced dematerialization. The settlement cycle moved from T+3 to T+2 and eventually to T+1. Each of these measures addressed a different vulnerability, but together they reduced the time for which risk remained open. They made risk measurable, and they made settlement more predictable. But reducing settlement time was only a part of the answer. There was a more difficult question: what happens if a member fails? This led us to strengthen the central counterparty framework. The clearing corporation became much more than a settlement intermediary. It became a sophisticated risk manager at the center of the market. To strengthen the governance, ownership, and risk management framework of MIIs, we introduced SEC regulations. We introduced the Core Settlement Guarantee Fund and a defined default waterfall. We brought in the stress testing and ring fencing framework so that a default in one segment would not contaminate another segment. These reforms changed the philosophy of risk management. We are no longer relying only on the assumption that members will meet their obligations. We have built a system that is prepared for the possibility of failure. These may sound like technical mechanisms. Their purpose, however, is very simple. A problem at one point in the system should not become a problem for the entire market. As we strengthened the system, we also recognized that a safer market should also be an efficient market. This is where interoperability among clearing corporations became significant. It enabled market participants to consolidate their clearing and settlement functions and collateral, even when trades were executed on different exchanges. It improved capital efficiency, it reduced costs and operational complexity. More importantly, it added to the resilience by providing greater flexibility in clearing arrangements. Our endeavor has been to build resilience and strengthen the risk management systems. At the same time, we want to facilitate greater efficiency and ease of doing business. To enhance operational efficiency, we have recently proposed to rationalize settlement, margin, and risk management provisions for clearing corporations. We are working to rationalize certain periodic filings and simplify the processes even further. We are also proposing to formulate an SOP for operational activities related to settlement on unscheduled holidays. We are examining a proposal on margin rationalization for subsequent buy or sell transactions following acceptance of early pay-in of securities in the cash segment. There is another pillar of resilience that is sometimes less visible than margins or collateral. that is governance. A clearing corporation is a systemically important financial market infrastructure. Its decisions can affect the functioning of the market well beyond its own balance sheet. That's why we have progressively strengthened the governance framework for market infrastructure institutions. We have strengthened the role of public independent directors and specialized committees. We have clarified commercial and regulatory responsibilities, and we have strengthened accountability of key management personnel. We have also placed greater emphasis on conflicts of interest, risk management, compliance, technology, and information security. All these measures have created a risk management architecture that is distinctive in several ways. One important feature is our segregated market structure as opposed to an omnibus model followed in many developed markets. In India, every trade is traceable to the ultimate investor, and each client's assets and obligations are handled individually. This creates greater transparency and investor protection. It also provides stronger asset security and helps contain risk at the client level. We have upfront and dynamic margining with peak margin verification. We have strengthened investor protection through direct payout of securities, client-level monitoring, and the pledge-repledge framework. We have also have strong integration among exchanges, clearing corporations, and depositories. Our financial safeguards have continued to grow with the market. The core SGF is progressively strengthened based on stress test results, including scenarios involving simultaneous default of multiple large clearing members. The principle is important. Market must be accompanied by commensurate growth in the financial resources available to absorb stress. No financial market can eliminate risk, but what we can do is to build multiple layers of defense so that risk can be identified, contained, and absorbed before it becomes systemic. And this brings us to the most important question for the next phase. If the market has changed, should our understanding of risk remain the same? The risks we have addressed so far have been largely centered around settlement, counterparty failure, and default of clearing members. The next set of risks are more interconnected. A participant may be financially sound, but its technology may be outdated and risk-prone. A market may be liquid, but a sudden liquidity shocks may affect several participants at the same time. A clearing member may be safe on its own, but common exposures can create concentration across the system. A technology service provider may appear peripheral, yet a failure there could affect multiple market institutions simultaneously. This is an important shift. Risk can no longer be understood only by looking at individual institutions. We must also understand the relationships between them. Artificial intelligence adds another dimension. It can improve surveillance, risk analytics, and decision-making. At the same time, it can introduce risks related to opaque models, data, governance, and operations. Therefore, risk management must evolve. We must move from measuring risk to anticipating risk. We must move from entity-level risk management to network-level and system-wide risk management. And we must look at financial resilience together with operational resilience. Let me close by returning to the simple idea with which I began. Every trade is a promise. What makes a market strong is not the absence of risk. It's the confidence that risks have been anticipated, that safeguards are in place, and that the system can continue to function even when something goes wrong. The investor doesn't see the risk calculations. The investor does not see the stress test. The investor sees something much simpler. A trade is executed, the buyer pays, the seller delivers. The securities arrive, the money arrives. Behind this simple experience is a complex system of institutions, technology, risk management, and governance. This is what clearing and settlement ultimately provides, not just settlement, but confidence, as many previous speakers told you. 30 years of NSE Clearing is therefore 30 years of strengthening that confidence. But the coming years should be about something more. Not only ensuring that market can settle when things go well, but ensuring that the markets remain resilient when things do not go as planned. That's the challenge before all of us, and that's also the opportunity. I congratulate NSE Clearing on completing 30 years. I wish the institution and everyone associated with it continued success, and I look forward to seeing MIIs playing even a greater role in building a safer, more resilient, and more efficient financial market for India. Thank you all. Jai Hind.
So may we request you to take your seat, please. Once again, can we have a big round of applause for Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey for sharing his valuable insights and perspectives with us on this important occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived at one of the most significant moments of the evening. It's time for celebrating 30 years of NSE Clearing, the NSE iconic way, with the bell ringing. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to celebrate 30 years of trust, 30 years of transformation, 30 years of excellence, 30 years of partnerships and shared achievements. And now we are ready to mark this extraordinary milestone in a way that carries tremendous significance for the financial markets. We are ready to ring in the next chapter of NSE Clearing. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the 30 years bell ringing ceremony. Can we welcome all our dignitaries for this iconic moment with a round of applause. Please put your hands together for Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey, Chairman SEBI, along with Shri Amarjeet Singh, whole-time member SEBI, Shri Abhaya Hota, Chairman NSE Clearing Limited, Shri Harun Rashid Khan, former Chairman NSE Clearing Limited, Shri Ashish Kumar Chauhan, MD and CEO NSE India Limited, Shri Vikram Kothari, MD and CEO NSE Clearing Limited, Shri Jayant Haritsa, Public Interest Director, NSE Clearing Limited. Request the dignitaries to kindly join us on stage, along with Ms. Preeti Savla, Public Interest Director, NSE Clearing Limited, Shri Piyush Chaurasia, Non-Independent Director, NSE Clearing Limited, Shri Praveen Kumar Tiwari, Independent External Professional, NSE Clearing Limited, Shri Deval Mazumdar, Independent External Professional, NSE Clearing Limited, Shri Chirag Shah, Independent External Professional, NSE Clearing Limited, Shri Upali Srinivasana Krishnan, Executive Director, NSE Clearing Limited, Ms. Rana Usman, Executive Director, NSE Clearing Limited, and Dr. Golaka Nath, Public Interest Director, NSE Clearing Limited. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that belongs to everyone who has been a part of the NSE Clearing journey, and we would love you to be a part of this celebration. You can see the timer has already begun. As soon as it strikes 10, I will request all of you to join me in the countdown with as much enthusiasm as you've got. Are we all ready, ladies and gentlemen? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we celebrate 30 remarkable years of NSE Clearing. What a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep the energies high and let's keep the claps on. What a historic and beautiful moment that we all are together witnessing right here at NSE, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a moment. We are literally celebrating 30 years of trust, 30 years of transformation, 30 years of excellence. What a beautiful, beautiful journey. Wow, this is such a proud moment, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure we all are feeling same. And for that pride, can we once again give a big round of applause to NSE Clearing, 30 years, beautiful celebration. I request all the dignitaries on stage to kindly remain on stage with us, and may I request the KMPs of NSE Clearing Limited to kindly join us on stage for a group picture and make this moment even more beautiful. Let's welcome them on stage with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, moments like these can only be created when it's a team effort and that hard work is consistent for years. And this hard work has been consistent for 30 years. Come on everyone, let's make it as exciting as we can. Let's show our love, our pride, our happiness, our joy by keeping our claps on for all these beautiful people who put in all the hard work to make all of us proud right here today. So thank you all the dignitaries for joining us on stage. I will request Mr. Abhay Hota to kindly stay back along with Mr. Vikram Kothari, Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan and Mr. Tuhin Kanta Pandey for the felicitation ceremony. And once again, all our dignitaries for joining us on stage for this beautiful bell-ringing moment and making it so historic, so beautiful and memorable for each one of us present here. And as we celebrate this extraordinary milestone, it is our privilege and honor to recognize our distinguished guests who have been a part of our journey and success during the last 3 decades. We now move to the felicitation ceremony. I will request Shri Abhay Hota, Chairman NSE Clearing Limited, to kindly do the felicitation. May I invite Shri Tuhin Kanta Pandey, Chairman SEBI, our chief guest, to kindly join us on stage. Let's welcome him on stage once again with a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the felicitation.